Hi everyone, and welcome to Ultimate Exercise Ball Class at Cor Maximus in North Bay. Yeah, we have a leg workout for my beginners today, so I'm going to move a little bit slower just to help us get into position. And if you're new to our programs, we have 6 exercises, 1 minute each. I'm going to work through one full circuit with you. As you start getting a little bit stronger, ideally you repeat the circuit 2 to 3 times. If you have not subscribed to the Cor Maximus YouTube page, it would be amazing if you could. Besides that, make sure you've warmed up. If we're starting our fitness journey, the last thing we want is to get injured as we start to, really get into this. So make sure you do the warm up. Then you need a mat, you need your ball, and you need a wall. First move is going to be squats. So general rule of thumb is ball and feet on one surface. So I'm going to scooch my mat out of the way just to be super safe here because we don't want the mat slipping out from underneath us. Let's get started. Okay, so if you've never worked out with me before, I have an old-fashioned stopwatch. That's how I roll. Ball at the wall. Sometimes the funnest part of me working is watching people try to figure out how to get into correct position here. So the ball is just moving my mic pack. The ball is going to be in the small part of your back, and I want you to walk your feet forward. It might feel funny to some of you, or a little bit awkward, or maybe unstable. Completely normal. We're going to get used to the ball today. Toes are pointed straight forward. I want to be really mindful of my positioning here. As I roll down into my squat, my shoulders and hips are going to stay in a nice straight line. I also want you to make sure that your feet are parallel, that one foot's not in front of the other. Okay, shoulders in line with hips, chest out strong, eyes up, hands wherever make you happy. We're going to sit into our squat in this bottom position, shoulders, hips, straight line, knees, heels, straight line. Push through your heels to come back up tall. We're here for a minute. Okay, so another way we can work through beginner, intermediate, advanced, range of motion, right? So yes, we can add weight, but also if we can sit into 90, fantastic. If at this point in our fitness journey we can sit 1 inch down, amazing. We really navigate where we're at. That's what we do with the ball. And as well as number of reps. So if we're here for a minute and you start getting stronger, you can increase your pace with really, really good form. Knees out strong, weights in our heels, shoulders, hips, straight line. If we need to take a pause, take a break, catch our breath, regroup, then we do that. Okay, rest there. Remember, it's all lower body focused today. So we're going to have a seat on your ball, and again, getting my mat out of my way so I'm safe. I'm going to walk myself forward. So hands and shoulders hands are coming onto the ball. You're going to walk yourself forward. I'm trying to see my stopwatch. You're going to walk yourself forward until head and shoulders are resting on the ball. So from here, I really want you to be sure shoulders, hips, knees are in a straight line. Knees and heels are a straight line. Again, head and shoulders are resting. Then hips are going to drop down towards the floor. So our hips lower, we dig through heels, we push our hips back up strong, active squeeze of glutes in this bottom position. Okay, we're here for a minute. I'm looking at my stopwatch. We got this. Down, dig through heels, up. Couple things to think of here. Knees do not move in, they do not move out. Ball stays completely still. So this is not how low can I get my hips. This is, can I keep my knees still? Can I keep my ball still? Dig through heels, push strong back up. How low do we go is going to depend as well on our range of motion and flexibility in our back and our hips and our strength, allowing our hips to drop and come back up. Where do we put our arms for our last 20 seconds? Wherever makes you happy. Arms can go across chest, Arms can go down by the ball, maybe making you feel a little bit more balanced and a little bit more stable. I like hands on hips. It helps guide my hips. Maybe you want hands touching your booty a little bit, just so that you get that active squeeze in that top position. Okay, from here, we're going to slowly start walking ourselves back up. So head will come up, start walking your feet back towards the ball. Hands are going to come onto the ball, walk, 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 till you're back up seated. Amazing. Okay, ball back up at the wall for me. We are going into plies, or legs externally rotated into a squat. Sounds fancier. We've practiced the ball into the small part of our back at the wall. We're on exercise 3. Toes turned out, you're doing great. Shoulders, hips, nice straight line. Feet are wide. Okay, so from here, I'm going to sit into a little bit of a plie position. And then I want you to pause, and I want you to make sure your knees and your second toe are in a nice straight line. Stand back up for me. If we're not in a nice straight line, we either have to turn our toes in a little bit because of flexibility. I really want that nice, safe alignment. Okay, shoulders relaxed. Hands again wherever make you happy. We're sitting into our plie. Knees are out strong. Knees are in line with second toe. Dig through heels. Come up tall. Active squeeze. Squeeze all the bits. Inside of thighs, glutes, everything's going to fire. All the same principles that we talked about with our squats. We don't have to go as low. So depending on where we're at, maybe we do a quarter squat. Maybe we can sit until 90. Mindful of positioning and how our knees feel. Really dig through heels. That's going to make all the right pieces fire as we come back up, and active squeeze through glutes. Take a pause if we need to. If we can, we get in a few more reps in the minute. So it's a minute, but guided by you. So guided by how you're feeling on that day, how strong our legs are feeling. 10 seconds. Then we get to come down onto our trusty little mat. Doesn't mean it's getting easier, just means we're down on our mat. Okay, rest there. Really good job. I'm going to pull my mat back in, and we're going to lay all the way down on your back, on your mat. Okay, I think I'm going to scooch this way. In all fairness, you want to know why? Because my hair is super cute on this side, and then I get to hide my mic pack. That's it. That's the only reason. Full transparency. Okay, hamstrings, calves, glutes, all the bits. You are going to lay on the ground with your heels on top of the ball, feet and knees in a nice straight line, knees and hips in a straight line. So as if you were sitting on a chair, you just happen to be on the ground. From here, arms by side, palms up. We're going to dig into our heels. We're going to lift our bum, and then we are going to lower our bum. Ball does not move. Okay, so little lift, easier. I want that slow control up, slow control down. Now that we have our feet on the ball, I really want you to fight to keep the ball as still as possible. This one is a kicker for the calves and hamstrings and glutes. So if we need to take a longer pause between reps, take a longer pause between reps. 15 seconds left here. Nice, good lift up. Fight to keep that ball nice and still. Try not to scrunch your toes. Try to leave your feet nice and relaxed. Last one. And down. Okay. Whew, that one's a kicker. Bring that ball nice and close. Ball nice and close to you. Now, I want your legs, so you're hugging the ball with your legs. I want your feet a little bit on the outside of the ball. So we're not on top. We're not all the way on the outside. We're kind of somewhere in the middle with your knees and toes pointed straight up towards the ceiling. We're really going to work inside and outside now. From here, arms by your side, palms up. Check my stopwatch. We're going to lift our bum just a tiny little bit so we hover. And then you're going to roll towards me. I'm going to roll towards you. I'm going to keep my opposite shoulder locked into the ground. I pull myself back up to the middle. If I need to, I drop my hips. I lift hips, and I roll in that opposite direction. So if I'm rolling to the right, my left shoulder's staying glued to the ground, strong pull back to the middle. Maybe I need to rest those hips. Now for this set, maybe I'm gonna keep my hips up the whole time. My head and shoulders are nice and relaxed. I roll, I come back to the middle, and I roll to that opposite side, making sure knees and toes are pointed straight up towards the ceiling when I come back to the middle. That's gonna protect the inside of the knee. How far do I roll? It's going to depend on your strength through your core and inner outer thighs to pull you back to the middle. Now in this one, I don't mind us playing. It's supposed to be fun. So you can try and roll as far as you can. Maybe your one foot comes off the floor because you roll so far. Maybe you keep rolling. It's fine. We're safe. We're on the ground. Good, rest there. I'm sure that was a minute. I think it was longer. Okay, last one. We have to hit these lovely little quads one more time. We're going to work a little bit of chest and a little bit more abs at the same time. Okay, elbows coming onto the ball. Toes are tucked under, knees and hips in a straight line. This is called a knee hover. You're going to hold for as long as you can, and then you rest down when you need to. I'm timing for a minute. Let's do this. Elbows into the ball, active, strong push through chest and shoulders, and you hover your knees. Okay, on this, I do not want us coming forward. You want to keep those knees lightly off the floor, 90-degree angle. From here, we're just going to hang out. Low abs, chest, quads. Breathe. I think of anytime I do this one, because it's called a hover, I think of Back to the Future and the hoverboard. So I want you to hover above the floor. Anytime, we're over halfway there. Anytime, especially if you feel pain in your low back, rest your knees, pause, catch your breath. You can hear me getting out of breath. And then when you're ready, active push, shoulders away from ears, strong through chest and shoulders. We come back up to hover. We have 10 seconds left. So if you've been holding the whole time, you fight through this last 10 seconds for me. 5 seconds, my legs are shaking. 3, 2, and rest. Okay, that is beginner legs. You did amazing, you did wonderful. 2 sets, 3 sets, 1 set, and then please make sure you do the cool down, and I'll see you next time.